In today's video, we're going to talk all about shadow work, what it is, how to do it, and really how to uncover your shadow self. All right, everyone, welcome back to Owl Spiritual. My name is Christian Brito, and today we're going to be diving into a very important topic that I think we should really spend some time and focus on, and that's the topic of shadow work. So we're going to get a little bit into the personal development and mental health side of things, and we're going to talk about shadow work, what it is, how it can benefit us, and most importantly, how to actually do it. So whether you're here to embark on a journey of self-discovery or you're simply just curious on what exactly is shadow work, this is the right place for you. So let's explore a little bit the depths of our own psyche. So shadow work is a term that originated from the psychologist Carl Jung, and it kind of is just referring to the process of exploring your shadow self. And what that means is the shadow self is the side of your personality that we don't necessarily show. It's not necessarily things that are undesirable, but there's things that we may consider undesirable, and therefore we often may try to suppress or ignore. And that's not necessarily just negative impulses, right? Like anger or jealousy, but we can also consider positive traits undesirable, and so suppress things that are about of ourselves and deny things of ourselves that are actually positive traits. And so the shadow is not something that we can easily see, but it's something in our subconscious, something underneath that influences our behaviors, our thoughts, and our reactions in profound ways. And it's really important. That's why I want to talk to you guys so much about doing shadow work, because engaging in shadow work can be incredibly rewarding. It does require courage and honesty with yourself, and some of the benefits can be massive, right? Increasing your self-awareness, recognizing and accepting all parts of yourself, gaining a deeper understanding of who you truly are, kind of wiping away the dust and seeing what you are underneath. And that can lead to improved relationships, that can lead to improved understanding of yourself, and can help you react more consciously in your relationships. It can help you not be driven by your unconscious patterns and understand your own behavior. So this really is a big step in your personal growth and integrating your shadow, being more authentic, living a fulfilling life. So it's something that can really be the catalyst for emotional healing. Confronting who you truly are and understanding your shadow can be a powerful step into healing old wounds, emotional wounds, traumas, generational traumas, things like that. So we're going to embark a little bit on that shadow work today. Hopefully you have your pen and paper ready. And it's something that might seem daunting. So please have patience with yourself, have self-compassion, but understand that this is a transformative process. It's something that we're going to dive in, and we're going to get into all the actual steps right now. So now we're going to dive in on how to actually do it. Here are some steps on how to get started. We're going to outline 4 different steps on things you can do to start practicing shadow work in your actual life. Number 1, first thing I want to go over is spending time in quiet reflection or meditation. When you are alone with your thoughts, when there's nothing else to distract you, pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that arise, especially those that you might typically avoid or judge harshly. Who are you really when there's nothing to distract you, when there's nothing around you, when it's just you alone with your thoughts? I want you to notice the triggers that cause emotional reactions within you. Then you can meditate on those. And then you can take a step back and observe those triggers, observe what's happening, observe without being judgmental. When emotions come up, allow yourself to have them. When emotions come up, go back. When emotions come up in your regular life, go back and meditate on those emotions and meditate on those triggers and figure out what is underlying them without being judgmental to yourself. Number 2, I want you to think back to your childhood or other potential triggering times. Explore what parts of you may have been felt treated as you were bad or lesser than, or what emotions might have been treated as bad or lesser than when you were a child. What emotions were you punished for having? For example, many children get told to get over something when they feel angry or they feel sadness. And as a result, those emotions get repressed. And we grow up believing that those emotions are bad and we're bad for having those emotions. And we get kind of caught up in this, oh, we can't have that emotion. Now, as an adult, we can't feel anger, we can't feel sadness, and we repress it. And some people might say that your shadow self is that part of you that longs for acceptance. But really, your shadow is you. And we all long to feel whole. We want to feel integrated and complete in our lives. And so when you embrace your shadow self, when you embrace those emotions, when you have compassion for yourself and you understand what's happening, you can feel more complete. Remember that it's tough not to feel accepted, including, but actually, especially if you don't feel accepted by yourself. And so I want you to kind of work through those emotions. And a really good strategy when you're working through emotions is by practicing loving words of affirmation. Envision yourself as a child, or even if you want to do this, just talking in the mirror. Okay, you can do these words of affirmation. I'll give you some examples of phrases that you can say to yourself, especially when you're feeling those emotions. I trust in you. I believe in you. I'm glad that you're in my life. You are worthy of love. You are enough. You deserve to be happy. You have a lot to offer. Let's get into number 3 now. And we're going to talk a little bit about shadow journaling and shadow work through the method of a journal. And this is something you could buy online. You could buy actual journals, or you could just go through it as I'm going right now, which is where you write down your thoughts, your feelings, memories, anything that might surface during these reflections that can help you identify patterns or aspects of your shadow self. I want you to imagine that you're having a conversation with yourself, with your shadow self, and ask it questions. Allow it to respond. Write down what it says. This can kind of help you understand your needs, your emotions, really work through what these traumas are and ask questions about it. Dive deeper. Keep asking it why. What? What is it causing? What is the underneath the surface? And don't be afraid to ask yourself those questions. Don't be afraid of the emotions that might come up when you do. Our fourth and final step here of things that you can do going through shadow work, we went through number 1, meditate on it. Number 2, going back into your childhood. Number 3, shadow work or journaling, which I do want to touch on. There are many resources available of shadow work journals and things that you can go through that are outside of this video. Make sure you find what's best for you. But number 4 is working with someone else. And sometimes aspects of our shadow can be seen more clearly by other people than by ourselves. And so this is where a trusted friend, a therapist, or somebody that we really can place that trust into can help us go through and eradicate the those feelings and allow us to integrate our shadow. Through this process with them, you can hope that they'll treat you with patience, and you can then treat that aspect of yourself with patience. I want you to understand that shadow work is a deeply personal and ongoing journey, but it's one that can lead you to profound changes. And it's something that can change not only how the world sees you, but how you see yourself. Remember that every part of you has value, and you deserve understanding, you deserve compassion, especially from yourself. If you found this video to be helpful, I would love if you could share this experience with somebody else that you think might find it useful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or anything that you would like to know a little bit more about shadow work, please make sure to drop them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep exploring the depths of your being, and as always, stay blessed.